3 points for Scotland as we defeated Belarus 2-0. A cheeky wee Shea Adams tap in and a wee own goal in the second half after fine work from Shea Adams and Billy Gilmore saw us get victory against Belarus. Unbeaten start to our qualification campaign. It is 1/3 down. Up next would be 2 home games against Greece and then Belarus again. So, tell you what, pick up 6 points out of that. Looking rather tasty going into the final 2 games. But either or, it's time for Fans React. The final Fans React before the weekend. I tell you what, man. Buzzing for the weekend. The 13th of September cannot come soon enough. Really, really looking forward to it. Anyway, let's get into it. Free Kieron Bowie. I tell you what, man, right? Why he didn't get brought on, I just don't understand. Like, we're 2-0 up, right, against Belarus. What is the need to bring on Lennon Miller? What is the need to bring on Lennon Miller with like 2 minutes to go? Bring him on earlier. He brings on, bringing on Lyndon Dykes and Kenny McLean in the 83rd minute. I think that's just a massive kick in the balls, right? You can't even spin it in a way, well, he's done that to protect the lead, right? That game was never... once we're 2-0 up, that's never in doubt, man. And let's not pretend that if you bring on Lennon Miller and Kieron Bowie and youngsters like that, right? The game plan just goes out the window and everyone's going to start running around like headless chickens and just playing for themselves. I just don't understand that, man. Kenny McLean, he's been a good servant. So's Lyndon Dykes, right? And I'm not saying Lyndon Dykes can't get brought on, but I just feel like it was the perfect time to give Kieron Bowie his first cap, give Lennon Miller more minutes, but no, it gives him like 2. Just don't understand it. Declan says, leave Steve Clark in Hungary. You could, James Hood with a wee bro fist. A really big win to move towards qualification, a win and a draw against Greece, and it would be a super strong position to be in. They are a key opponent in the group. Well, Greece get scudded 3-0. And I think that's the difference, man. Denmark, I actually feared Greece after what they did to Belarus, because I was thinking, damn, they've put Belarus to the sword, and we can't really put Belarus to the sword, right? It is what it is in that regard, but Denmark beating Greece, right? It's one of those results where it's like, well, that pretty much confirms and means we need to, no matter what, be beaten Denmark at Hampden, which you would expect us, that should be the expectation going into that game, but it all depends what happens when we take on Greece. Is it going to be what happened earlier this year, or is it going to be the reminiscent of when we put Spain to the sword? And obviously, yeah, Greece aren't on their level, but I'd like to see us play well, man. Either or, 4 massive games coming up. We'll see how it goes. Clark out. Is that AC/DC? 2-0 up against Belarus and you choose to bring on McLean and Dykes on over Bowie and Miller. That's a sackable offence in itself. I agree. Really chuffed to see Dykes and McLean coming on. Good to see the youth get some minutes late in games. I mean, some people may think it's harsh, and it's not really an issue with Dykes and McLean. It's nothing personal, but it's just the fact that they really, really, really should be bringing on Kieron Bowie and Lennon Miller, man. Because, no, the thing is, right, it's not even a case of Kenny McLean and Lyndon Dykes are, better than Kieron Bowie and Lennon Miller. For me, Lennon Miller and Kieron Bowie right now are in better form and are better than Kenny McLean and Lyndon Dykes. I just don't understand the point. I really friggin' don't. Anyway, moving on. Again, good result, pish game. Yeah, I think that is the gist of it. I'm just sick of watching pish games of football, but yeah, at least if it's a pish game and you win, it doesn't feel as bad. Goal difference could be a difference in a very tight, short group. We never learn. It could be, well, I say it could be. It does go, I think it goes on head-to-head, I'm pretty sure. It goes on head-to-head. Clark will be pleased he got the chance to put Bowie back in his box and get it right up 90% of the Scottish fit by public. Pathetic man that he is. I mean, it wouldn't even surprise me if Clark fought like that and was the only reason why he did it. Logan just about fell asleep, but at least it's a win. Subs were absolutely baffling. 0 minutes across the 2 games for Bowie is a joke. On to Greece. I agree. I mean, he'll probably get... Well, it depends. Like I say, he'll probably get minutes. I don't really know. We don't know what's going to happen between now and the October games. I mean, injuries could happen. People could fall out of form. Fuck knows what the squad's going to look like. But I mean, I think the guarantees are Kenny McLean and Grant Hanley and guys like that will be there. But to be fair to Grant Hanley, he was good against Denmark, so I won't bash him too much. Clark is the epitome of why Scotland will never breach a group stage of a major tournament. Stiffel's young emerging talent in favours of, let's be honest, one-dimensional dross. But if they play in the lower rungs in England, they must be better than what's up here. Pathetic. Colin Chapman, Clark out. Clark doesn't rate players that play in Scotland apart from Rangers and Celtic. Yeah, I can see that. Great performance by Kieron Bowie, by the way. The ability to come off the bench when called upon and change the game. Can't wait for Clark to use him more. Wee bit of a joke there. Good result. Need to play better going forward next month. Arrest him for his crimes against Bowie. That is a belter of an image, by the way. Belter of an image. GLH says, not exactly inspired work for the boys, but 3 points is 3 points. I fear the Greeks maybe are undoing, though. Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that Greece have just got scudded 3-0 by Denmark, that's why we need a draw in that game, because if it was a draw in that game, then it means, like, well, we could afford to draw away against Greece as long as we beat Greece at home, then beat Denmark at Hampden. We could be, if we slip up against Greece, oh, man, no looking good, but here, I say it's not looking good. We won't know until... If we win the next 2 games, right, which are 2 home games against Greece and Belarus, then I expect us to win both of those games. I'm not going to fucking beat around the bush. I do expect us to win both of those games, right? So if we win both of those games, that puts us on 10 points, and then we'll know what we have to do. The problem is, though, after those 2 games, is if Denmark are still sitting, if they're sitting on the same as us, then that could be a worry. But then I guess the flip side is, if we draw away in Greece and Denmark beat Belarus, then we've still got to take it to the final game knowing a win would do. And that's why it's crucial, man, to pick up results. It really, really is. Anyway, I think that's where we'll leave it, guys. We won't really know more until the next 4 games are played. But either or, man, I mean, they're talking about the World Cup, right, on Super Scoreboard, saying, it'll be really tough. You wouldn't expect us to go through. Yo, the World Cup's been expanded this year, right? You could get a tough group. I'm not denying that. But see this qualifying group? We could very easily get a World Cup group that's easier than this. And people may laugh at that. You could. Absolutely fucking could. I mean, look at... We could get a group at the World Cup, right, that consists of like a Portugal, Panama and Saudi Arabia. And then us. Right? For example. Fucking give me that group over this. Every day of the week. Like, yeah, I mean, theoretically, there's more chance of us topping this group because we are more even with Denmark and Greece than we are with Portugal. But let's not pretend that this World Cup, man, is like if we qualify, we're just there to make up the numbers. We are better than most teams in it from the other continents. It's just Europe is obviously the best continent in the world. Right? And that's the bottom line because Big Stevie said so. Leave your thoughts down below. Till next time. Peace.